Hi everybody, welcome to another sketchbook tour. This is kind of an interesting little sketchbook in that it was at a time when I was really exploring different styles and learning and appreciating the brush pen in a whole different way. This is a kind of a thick bugger, so you know, who knows? We either make it all the way through or we don't. Buckle up. All right. We're going to start with just some loosey-goosey drawings of my wife. Yeah, sometimes I don't draw people pretty sometimes. So we're just at this time, especially in LA, I was just exploring. I'm still just really using my sketchbook at coffee shops and restaurants and stuff like that. I'll do drawings over top of drawings with different, so this wound up being a parallel pen, and then maybe a brush. No, this is all parallel pen, and then some ball point pen. Okay, it's fun to see. Like I really miss having like my sketchbook mornings because I'm just reminded of when I was doing it. I would do little pieces. Now I'll do studies and kind of like cartoon some stuff, but I don't really do as many like finished pieces or finished studies as I would like. Let me see. This was this must have started. This might have started. Oh, no, okay, sorry, 2010. So this is October 2010. Just do that coffee shop. Oh, this was across the street, I believe, of a restaurant that I would eat at. I want to say, because I remember that building. Yeah, sometimes you just got to draw with it. Studies. I was just doing a shit ton of figure studies with this is acrylic, or I don't think it's gouache, but acrylic on top of the non-waterproof ink. I say studies, but they're not. I mean, they're really, they're just drawings. They're just sketches. Yeah, these aren't studies for paintings or future things. These are just pure enjoyment of interpreting and drawing people, exaggerating, trying to explore. Some of them work, some of them don't. I'm getting kind of crazy. Yeah, this is all a drawing that then became another drawing, then became another drawing. Flagstaff, Arizona, nice. Visiting my family, just drawing people probably at a mall there. 11. This is November. Yeah, see, so I would have coffees, in my early morning coffee, I would sit there with a book and a sketchbook. And so this, I would keep a regular sketchbook. And I'm seeing this now, I'm like, it takes me so long to fill a sketchbook now, but I was just trucking through them, apparently back in 2010. This is genuinely one of my favorite drawings. I was really floored by what I was seeing Dave McKeon do in some of his postcard books, and how free he was becoming with his brush and ink. And so I wanted to explore that kind of a movement. So I would constantly just be doing drawings with keeping my hand kind of fluid motions instead of like etching along and all that. I tend to be very edgy and edgy, but this stuff I was really taken aback by, like a lot of his texture and movement and all of that. And I like this little self-portrait. That makes me happy still. I didn't fully jump over to that. This obviously back to that pen. I believe this has a lot of those brush drawings in it, but it's funny is this even has some little penciling underneath it. Come on, Jason. Nice. I just like this drawing. I remember always want to try to, for some reason as a goal, doing a bicycle with kind of motion to it. But I feel like that kind of is this. It's just kind of a quaint little drawing. It's nice. This makes, I mean, yeah, I know what my stuff looks like already, but like this actually makes me want to loosen up. I tend to be pretty sketchy and loose, but like this is showing me that I really just sketching people. You know, that's you know, when you have the kids, because when you don't have the kids, you can you go to coffee, you just pop up the sketchbook and talk to whoever you're with and draw. But once the kiddos pop out, they kind of demand that you were spending on the drawing. So I don't really get to. I bring my sketchbook, but I don't really draw on my sketchbook every place anymore. This is a fun little thing. Yeah, these are all like coffee shops. Look at his face, universe. Yeah, it looks like he's an arsehole. I don't know. He's probably a nice guy, and I just drew him like a dick. Look at her just plunging into her paper. God, I love that. Gestures in life. That's why you do life drawings, by the way. That's why I do life drawings. Because how I would do things is different than how other people do things. And I see this kind of moment, and I love capturing these little glimmers of life. I don't know if he's talking to somebody. I don't know if he's drawing. I don't know what he's doing, but I like him. Yeah, there's no concern. I love, you know, I see these sketchbooks that just have painting after painting in them. That's lovely if that's your goal for the sketchbook. But like my main, especially for this one at this time, was, oh my God, just experiment and play. Which apparently I did. Oh, that's one of my favorites too. Yeah, I was so much into this kind of brush thing. And it's funny because mine, you know, mine looks different than, you know, what McKeon was doing, but it was definitely, you know, inspired by what McKeon was rocking at the time. And it was fun because basically drawing the way that I was doing these, I was forcing myself to not I couldn't control it as much. Where I will normally make, you know, lines and take and finish and edge and stuff like that. I was like, no matter what the line was, it had to be fairly quick and fluid. That's what I wanted to, you know, so that's why these drawings all have this kind of a different vibe to them, because I wouldn't allow myself to make slow, you know, whatever. This sucks. See, look at this shit. You know, also, I gotta go back to signing my name like that. Fuck, man. But look at this. Look at this. That's cool. What is this business? These guys will have to make it into the sketchbook that we use next. I'm wondering what happened to me. This is also when I think this was also at a time when I was pretty much full-time as a fine artist, as a gallery artist. So it's just a different kind of approach. You know, I work in so much storytelling now and everything. This is fun, playing with a skinny little pen and still doing a bad drawing with the brush. It's kind of cool. I'm gonna start filling here without but just a hand study, because sometimes there's no one to draw. But look at this guy with his. He had a little dog. Obviously, I wasn't feeling the details on the dog, but like he had some really fun textures and weights to him. And the paper has like kind of a fun tooth, so I'm like fun to draw with. with a brush. Look at this little guy. It'd be fun to maybe do a comic this way. This is with the parallel pen, just messing around drawing my wife in an incredibly unflattering way. Sorry, sweetie. It can't all be gold. This one can. It's really interesting to see the a full era of of your life. I really haven't explored these sketchbooks. I was kind of doing it on purpose, but I haven't explored these sketchbooks until I do the tours. I just kind of know what the sketchbook was. Just a fun little ink wash that kind of became something that looked like a little painting. Really, it's just yeah, it's just a little ink wash with white art. Wop. Those kinds of things probably look more in line with Mickey and stuff I was looking at. But just, and then going in with, gosh, I still wasn't using gouache. I was just going in with whiteout and smearing it with my thumb. That's how I was painting with it. I never used a brush with whiteout. No. Sometimes then you know it. So, this is kind of fun. These searching kind of, yeah, they may be a little bit more busy than I prefer now, but as sketchbook stuff, it's really fun. That one's, I'm trying to get a weird drawing in there. This one's, I don't know if this is honestly, I don't know if this is a made up face or if this is looking at somebody's face. There's a lot of rendering here, or like paint rendering with this stuff, but honestly, this one and the last one, the eyes creep me out. So what else we have? Probably a study for what would become the Mourners series, the Mourners Walk Over Maple Leaves show that I did in LA. This was a study. This was one of the few studies. I was just enamored with these kind of figures, and inevitably I wound up doing a gallery show that had 7 life-size figures, kind of in this mode. I don't know why I do that. I don't know if that was a study for a gig. If I'm passing some pages, it's because these were also done at a time for stringent drawings. So some people wrote stuff, and I'm just kind of, okay. So I'm just sticking to the arts. This easily was a life drawing. Seeing live music. It's fun. These kind of just fluid. Look at his face. Kind of fun, right? Yeah. All right. Visiting back to my grandparents' place back in Portland, Tennessee. Tennessee, not the other. Yeah, that's it. This is where I was raised. Way out in the country. Clothesline. That's how we did it. I don't remember when the hell we got a dryer. That made me sound old as hell. But we weren't old as, I'm not old as hell, we were just poor. So clothes went out on the line. Jesus, we're still, this says November of, this is still in a month. I was really filling these buggers up every day. I was just killing it with that. So these are all either parallel pens or brush pens. That's cute. Oh, and back to the parallel pen. This guy doesn't exist. Oh, so I just made him up. Okay, I didn't draw him from somebody. this guy was drawn by somebody. Yeah, I'm that weird guy drawing people on airports or on airplanes. Sorry. I'm going to assume this started as an airplane sketch. The end. Parallel pen. Sometimes the model moves. Sometimes you have to move. Sometimes you just can't finish the drawing. And sometimes you can, and it sucks. I mean, it's got cool elements to it, but inevitably this is yeah. That's it. That's sketchbooks, man. Like, you know, you don't draw them to exhibit. You draw, you know, unless you're gonna years later do a sketchbook tour, but you draw them to get it out. Sometimes you got to get out the bad ones. Like, this is fun, but it's bad. This looks like I'm trying to do the same thing with the brush, with the parallel pen that I was doing with the brush pen. I can't tell if it was successful. I mean, 'cause I like certain elements of the mark making. I kind of like that one. I want to like this one, but it's terrible. I want to like this one, but it's terrible. What the fuck is that? That's a fish. Truly didn't see the fish. Terrible. I don't know. What was that? What was this one? Oh, that. Okay. Fun. Not great, but definitely fun. Okay, yeah. The little hairs. And that's it. That's what makes the drawing like this kind of work. Even, you know, the fun, you know, swoops and all that stuff is great, but having a different texture, you know, having big clean swoops and then having these tiny little tight dots really gives any kind of drawing more depth. This was I can't remember the artist's name at the time. This kind of collaging kind of person, but anyway, at this point, I'm learning how to start making these kinds of swoops and abstractions and start seeing figures in them with a parallel pen. I would later, you know, really explode with stuff like this in a show or do later with large abstract ink drawings. This, literally, I think a guy's wheelchair at a coffee shop. Yeah. Oh, this guy. This is a live drawing of him. And then I kind of snagged a photo and then did a 7-foot painting of him. He has no idea. But there it is. He had these pads on. It was cool. It was like, I think he rode a motorcycle, but his gear was always so crazy. I loved it. These are made of just gestural things, probably showing how I feel at the time. There's sketches of the white tree. I don't know if this is made up. Yeah. I would have normally considered that a failed one, but actually I kind of like that. Look at all these just little studies. Like, oh, there's a guy. There's a guy real quick that's not paying attention and falling asleep. This is how you get, you know, this is how you improve, you know. Jesus, see, December 2010. Like, I'm drawing every day in ink. You know, no erasing, you know, drawing my ass off every day. And this is what it looks like when you draw every day. Like, you know, this kind of stuff. Everything, you know, you explore, you do things differently. Look at this, these last 3 drawings look totally different. Because, yeah, that's just, you gotta draw every day. You get better, you explore. Look at this coffee shop madman with a huge scarf. I love it. I'm gonna start doing big swoopy drawings now. Again. There's that same kind of approach used with my wife, Harvard graduate. True. That's it. It's kind of a fun drawing. That's a cool one. That's kind of a neat drawing. Wow. Yeah, there was really such a controlled, not controlled aspect to it, where you're really holding on to that brush pen. So I was okay for the first time not completing faces and doing things the normal way. It's interesting. I'm really it's a fun way to explore. Phone. I'm sure he's just looking at his phone. He should be looking at his kid doing a thing. I know. I'm sure he's at a coffee shop. There's nobody judging. Look at this. Look at this cute little drawing. Just a little weird wash. Student coat, a hat. Oh, that's fun. This little just single line. I think we're getting close to the end of this thing, but Francis Bacon. Oh, that's cool. I really forgot. I would even try that. That's my man. That's inevitably, earlier I was saying the Dave McKean influence, but even the Dave McKean influence is either, influenced by Bacon, or it was using McKean kind of stuff to still try to achieve that. I know it was kind of a ramble there. I would love to achieve a lot of what Francis Bacon did, which is figure painting pushed to the brink of abstraction, but never quite going over. And I love that so much. This is a fun drawing of the wife, and I didn't give two shits to start out. That is a fun little. It's got a good energy to it. Oh, look at this guy. That's a nice one. The parallel pen that I use, I think for a lot of these, is I liked that big blue one. Because that big blue parallel pen, it's so thick, it basically kind of gives you a pen and something as wide as a brush in one tool. That's fun. Just a quick lady at a park. Oh, what do we got here? These are not, these are made up. These are just exploring stuff. Oh, back this way. He looks cold. Don't know why I drew him. Not a clue. Because it doesn't look like it was from life. Sensible shoes. That's from life. That's funny. I gotta do sketches and make people say things more, I guess. With context, the art of, this must have been like a potential cover, artbook cover. Out of context. Oh no, I think I wanted to do a shoe. I don't know. Stupid skinny jeans. That's nice. Sometimes it's, when you go to do a life drawing thing, it's more fun to draw people than a life drawing. Like that. With a Sharpie. What the hell? Oh, that's one of my favorites. I was a drinker. Oops. I will still enjoy a nice whiskey now and again, but I was dead set on being a professional at one point. And this was around that time. But I really like this drawing. That's how I felt at the time. And so far, I draw myself looking so much older. Terrible. But I'm just like, seeing if I don't know if this was like a serious attempt that just never caught on the rails, or I don't know. No. Mew. I don't normally make characters say Mew, so, and I'm not even going to say I'm 100% that's mine. So that could easily be somebody else. And then it looks like we have some upside down. I'm going to keep it upside down as a, it looks like, oh, it was a Christmas card I was doing layouts for. So I did a little comic book Christmas card. And then the rest is writing, like, see, you saw that. So that's it. That is, this one says global art, but that's this sketchbook. Thanks for coming on the tour with me. Cheers.